So one of the most common questions I get about weight loss is how long did it take me to make this change? How long did it take me to lose this much weight and basically get to the point where I was lean from being overweight? So it took me around 4 months of dieting to get down to, I'd say 13% body fat, right? Which isn't a very long time. And this is because I wasn't too fat to begin with. Like, yeah, I was fat, I was high body fat percentage, but it wasn't really that much fat that I had to lose until I saw my abs. For me, it was around 20 pounds, 25 pounds, that sort of thing, okay? Now for you, depending on where you are, it could look completely differently. You could take less time if you maybe started at 18% body fat and you're trying to get down to like 12%, maybe it will take you less time. For somebody else, it could take them a year because they're coming maybe from, I don't know, being 100 pounds overweight, 50 pounds overweight, who knows, right? There are so many variables in place that determine how long it's gonna take. So that's why when people ask me on TikTok, on Instagram, and all these kind of things, and on my YouTube comments, how long did it take? That's not really relevant to you, okay? How long it took me has no relevance to how long it's gonna take you. Sure, maybe you can get like a guesstimate of how long you might take based on how long it took me, but I've got something way better for you, okay? I've got an actual calculation to figure out how long it will take you to get lean, and that way we can see if you'll be able to get lean for summer, okay? So first what we need to do, we need to determine your lean body weight, which is basically your weight without fat. So to do this, what you need to do is have a look at this chart and guess roughly where your body fat percentage is. It doesn't have to be completely accurate, but just look at one of these photos and basically compare it to yourself right now and see what body fat percentage you think you're at. For me, I would say I'm around 14%, 15%. So I'm gonna fall within that 13 to 15 range. And what you wanna do is divide that by 100. So I'm gonna divide 14 by 100, which is 0.14. And then what I'm gonna do is times that by my current body weight, which is about 166 pounds. So that will give me 23.24 pounds of fat that's on my body. So the logical thing that we do next is subtract that number from our total body weight, and that will give us our lean body weight. So that's the body weight minus the fat. And the next thing we're gonna do is pick our goal body fat percentage. So for me, it's 10%. So I'm gonna divide 10% by 100, which gives me 0.10, and I'm gonna times that by my body weight. So that gives me 16.6 pounds. Now the next step is to subtract that number that you get and take it away from your body weight. And that's basically roughly what body weight you will be when you're at that body fat percentage. So at 10%, I will be around 150 pounds. Now, this calculation is a little bit limited in the sense that it doesn't take into account water retention and all that kind of stuff, but it's a good ballpark, and this is what I used as a ballpark when I was setting out my weight loss journey to kind of guesstimate where I would need to be in order to have visible abs. So what we do from here to figure out how long it will actually take is take our starting weight and times that by the rate of weight loss that we're gonna be following. And I recommend a rate of weight loss between 0.8% to 1% of your body weight per week to be lost. So following this calculation that we've been doing, we need to turn the percentage into a decimal. So 0.008, I believe, times my body weight at 166 pounds gives me a rate of weight loss at 0.8% of 1.328 pounds per week. That's to lose 0.8% of my body weight per week from where I am now. So what I do then is I take the amount of fat that I need to lose, which is 16.6 pounds, divide it by 1.328, and that gives me 12.5 or 12 and a half weeks of dieting to get to my goal weight of 10% body fat. Now, obviously, this can be sped up a little bit. If I were to lose 1%, it would be a little bit less time, maybe like 10 weeks, 9 weeks, something like that, right? But the point is from there, you understand how long it's actually gonna take. So do that calculation for yourself, pause the video, go back and watch it if you need to. Do that calculation, and that will give you a ballpark of how long you could expect to be dieting before you start seeing your abs. So if you're at 25% body fat and you choose to get to 12% body fat, just run the calculation through, and that will tell you how long it will take, roughly, to get to 12% body fat where you see your abs and you're happy. Now, the way you actually lose the weight, I explained in other videos, and I also explained in my ebook, which you can get for free in the description. Just click the link and fill out the form, and I will send the ebook to you. Essentially, calorie deficit, lots of walking, okay? Weight training to ensure that you're keeping the muscle and not burning it as fuel instead of the fat. These sorts of things need to be in check, okay? So what I recommend is you eat in a deficit of around 500 calories, which is gonna basically cause a 1 pound per week rate of weight loss on average. And then what you need to do from there is basically do a lot of walking so that you basically turn your body into a fat burning machine, because you've got the deficit through the caloric restriction, and you've also got the activity through walking, which is burning a ton of calories. 10,000 steps burns around 400 to 500 calories, 14,000 burns about 600, 700, and 20,000 burns anywhere between 800 and 1,100 calories. So steps are a killer in terms of getting yourself down to lower body fat percentages. And I genuinely testify most of my weight loss to walking more, because before I started walking and incorporating walking, it was very difficult to get the weight off. But that's how you calculate how long it's gonna take you to get lean. Now, one thing I wanna caution you on, absolutely do not under any circumstance follow an unrealistic rate of weight loss, like something like 2 pounds, 3 pounds per week, because your likelihood of adherence drops the more aggressive the weight loss is. So what I recommend to guarantee results and guarantee that you actually lose weight, go for a rate of weight loss that is slightly easier to adhere to, but is also efficient in burning enough fat off your body week on week to where you can guarantee actual tangible results in a decent amount of time without falling off the wagon and going through the cycle, binge eating, and basically hating yourself for failing yet another diet. That's what I recommend. Now, I also offer one-to-one coaching. Link is in the description. Apply there if you need some extra guidance and a bit more accountability so that you can actually get in shape this summer. But besides that, there are a few more videos that you can check out that go more in depth on the subject of actually losing weight. And you couple this up with this video and figuring out how long it might take, then you basically give yourself a good chance, put yourself in good stead to get into shape this summer. Peace.